Are you a part of the 1% or are you a part of the 99%? You see, when you come into a new year, everyone sits down, right? And they write out their New Year's resolution. And so many times on every single human's list, there is, this year is the year that I'm going to make more money. This year is the year that I'm going to increase my income. This year is the year that finally I'm going to reach my financial results so I can truly live the life of my dreams. So I can truly do what I want to do in the world with myself and with my family. So I can truly create the impact that I want to create. And the sad thing is that for 99% of people, that never becomes their reality. The sad thing is that for 99% of people, they write down their New Year's resolutions each and every single year, and especially with their financial ones, they don't achieve it. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that these people are lazy. It doesn't necessarily mean that these people just give up. You know, I was one of those people in the 99% for so many years. I remember having a deep burning desire. I wanted to increase my income. I wanted to be earning enough money to truly live a life that I loved. And no matter what I did, each and every single year, I would write it down, and then January would go, and then February, and the months and the year would continue on. And I'd get halfway through the year and my income would not be increasing. Now, I was motivated, I was excited, and I was committed to my goal. In fact, I was trying to do a whole lot of new different things in order to actually achieve my financial results and my financial goals, yet it wasn't working. Why? Because I wasn't doing a few things that the 1% of people do in order to truly achieve their financial goals. You see, the 1% know a few things that the other 99% just never were told and don't understand. So when I started realizing that, okay, maybe the 1% of people that actually write down their financial goals and achieve them every single year, and in fact overachieve them and every single year increase their income, I started realizing maybe these 1% of people know some things that I'm just not aware of right now. So if you're committed to being in the 1%, if you're watching this and you know that this is the year, this is the moment, that you're not going to have another year like the last year and the year before that and the year before that, and this is going to be your time and your moment to create some different financial results in your life, then here's what I invite you to do. There are three specific things that I know the 1% of people can actually do and tap into. And how do I know this? Because when I started doing these three things, I started actually achieving my financial results. Here's the first thing, and it may sound obvious, but no one does this unless you're in the 1%. The first thing that you want to do is actually choose that you're going to be part of the 1%. Make a conscious choice that here and right now, you are going to bring a version of yourself to the table that does not tolerate not manifesting your financial results. Choose that you're going to be the version of you that at the end of this year coming, you're going to look back and go, wow, I actually created that. I decided that, I chose that, and it starts with conscious choice. You see, too many people don't achieve the money that they want to call into their reality because they never actually choose that it's going to be their reality. They're living in a life where they're hoping and wishing and dreaming and maybeing that someday, if they're lucky, they might achieve the money that they want, versus actually making a choice. Now, here's the second thing that's so important. The second thing that's so important when it comes to actually being in this 1% category is to find someone who's done this before. Find someone who's done this before. Find someone who's increased their income. Find someone who's manifested the money that you desire to manifest. And that might be $1,000 more each month. That might be $10,000 more each month. That might be millions of dollars a year. It might be more than that. Find that person. Now, if you can find this person in person and get to know them, great. But we live in the age of digital technology, so there's no excuse. You can go to YouTube right now and find the people that have your results. You can go online and get ebooks and read the books of the people who have your results. However you choose to do it, you've got to get close to these people. You've got to learn from them. You've got to understand how did they do it, because I promise you, you can figure it out yourself eventually over time and gradually step out of the 99% and become the 1%, or you can shortcut it and you can choose right now that you're just going to find the person who already has your results and figure out how did they do it so you can do it faster, okay? Now, the third and final piece that's so critically important changed everything for me, everything. You see, like I said, when I was in the 99% and I couldn't increase my income every single year and it wasn't working for me and I wasn't manifesting the money that I wanted in my life, I wasn't lazy. In fact, I was deeply committed and I was working really hard in order to make this happen. Yet I wasn't achieving it. I wasn't getting there. Why? Because I was so focused on everything outside of me. I thought that simply by doing more and trying different strategies and doing new things and working harder, I would get there. And year after year after year after year, I showed myself that that didn't work because I was still in the 99% that wasn't making the money that I wanted. So when I started shifting into the 1%, I started doing this one thing differently, and I started remembering that success in every area of your life is 80% your mindset, 80% your inner game, 80% your psychology, 80% your energy, and then only 20% what you actually do on the outside. And you see, I had it flipped, I had it backwards. And I was doing at least 80% on the doing and the strategy, and I was trying all these different strategies to make more money, but it wasn't working because I wasn't conditioning myself to succeed with money from the inside out. So when you start remembering this and you start learning this, you start going, oh, this is not something you now just watch in this video and you know, no, you've got to work at this daily. You've got to develop a daily money routine. You've got to work with your money from the inside out and align and do the work to actually call in the money you desire. You've got to look at all the limiting beliefs sitting underneath the surface. You've got to look at your family's story around money and how that's been stopping you. You've got to look at why you haven't felt deserving and worthy in the past of receiving the money you want. And then you've got to open up. You've got to expand into receiving more. You've got to make a conscious choice that you're now the version of you that gets to receive the money you desire. Now, I'm just giving you a few little examples here to get you started, but the core of all of this is that for step number 3, you've got to develop a daily routine with money. And I promise you, if you do these 3 things, if you make a conscious choice that you're no longer in the 99%, and from now you are one of the 1% that actually achieve your money results this year and next year and the year after. And then if you find someone to guide you and to show you, here's how you do it. And then thirdly, if you apply that from the inside out and you commit to that daily and you work on your money routine daily, then I promise you, you're going to be commenting below writing, Regan, I'm now part of the 1% and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, and I'll be celebrating with you in that process. So I can't wait to hear how you go with this. These 3 things changed everything. It shifted me from the 99% into proudly being one of the 1%, so that I get to receive the money I desire each and every single year, so that I can show up and actually live the life that I love and do the things in the world that light me up the most. If this has been of value to you, please let me know. And I can't wait to hear how you go with it. Hey there, this is Regan Hillier, and thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to hear how you went with applying these 3 things. If you're someone who's committed to actually being a part of the 1%, comment below, and we want to celebrate you in this declaration. I want to see your comments, and I want to witness you actually making this choice and stepping into this reality. Now, if you're someone who would love me to guide you on step number 2 and actually show you how I've been able to manifest millions of dollars and help so many other people do the same, I have a training coming up called 10K a month. Now, this is specifically for people who want to increase their money and their income to receiving at least $10,000 a month. Now, why $10,000? Because for me, that was the point where I got really stuck. For at least 3 years, I was in the 99% and I could not increase my income over $10,000 a month. I would hit 9, I would hit 7, I'd hit 3, I'd hit 2, I'd hit everything under 10. And then I realized, okay, there's a few things that I'm not getting and a few things that I get to do from the inside out in order to shift that. And when I unlocked that, all of a sudden I was able to access $10,000 months. All of a sudden it was 15K, 25K, 30K and beyond. Now, in this training, it's going to be live and online, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes of exactly what you can do in order to start tapping into this yourself as well. Now, if you missed the live training, don't worry, because we're going to get the recording to you and you have access to the recording for live. So comment below with 10K a month if you want details on how to access that. I can't wait to go deeper into this, and I can't wait to celebrate you as you step deeply into activating these 3 things and choosing to be part of this 1%. I love you. Please share this video if it's been of impact to you. Please subscribe, hit like. Let's get this out to more people. Tag someone below who you know needs to watch this. Peace.